Hello everyone, and welcome to my second instance guide for the Phoenix Reshard. This time it is for the currently new instance Halls of Helgardh. This guide is meant to be a trash and boss mob explanation, and not a speedrun explanation, so more guilds and groups are willing to give this new and nice designed instance a try. Halls of Helgardh, at least in my opinion, is a more casual or new player friendly instance than Darkspire. The instance is bigger, but the trash mobs and bosses are easier to understand. There's also more room for unusual classes, and therefore my video guide is from an Albion run with 8 different classes in group. As requirement to join the new instance, you need to do the quest of Matilda. It is the same quest as for Darkspire. She can be found in Theurg, Camelot and Yortime, close to the port. These are the 3 new locations of Paul in New Frontiers: Midgard, south of Fensalia Faste; Albion, north of Carenaris; Hibernia, east of Dun Alin. If you are new to this instance, your group should at least have 2 main tanks, 2 heal classes, Bard, Warden, Friar, Shaman are healers too, 4 DPS classes that in some way harmonize together. One of the above should be a speed class, like Bard, Skald or Theurg. There's no need for CC classes. The last important note before we can start the run is the 2 main tanks need a /taunt macro on their quick bar. Yes, the emote one. You are just able to use /taunt when your weapon is not drawn. The second and third boss will require that /taunt macro, but you will see this later on. All my references of trash mob pack or boss numbers are those seen on this map. You can download this custom in-game map on the Darkspire Puggers Discord. To join the Discord, just use the first link in the video description. You can also use this Discord in all 3 realms to build Darkspire or Halls of Helgardh groups. And now, let's finally start the run. The most important information in the beginning: none of the trash mobs can be rooted or messed. Just stun, slam or even cast stun is an option. To make it easier for the 2 tanks, tank 1 is always going for the left 2 trash mobs, tank 2 is always going for the right 2 trash mobs. The first trash pack you will encounter are 2 spiders and 2 giants. Spiders deal high damage but have low health. Giants deal low damage and have high health. So we are going to focus the spiders first, since they are the bigger threat. One of the healers always should cure the poison they are applying, since they are stacking and dealing a ton of damage. As soon both spiders are dead, you can start focusing the giants down.
All the choices you made, would you make them up?
The second trash mob pack is right in front of the first boss. 1 spider, 1 giant and 2 swarms. The swarms are spawning yellow duplicates of themselves. These are the only mobs in all of Halls of Helgardh that can be CC'd. First target is the spider to kill the biggest threat to the group. Then you're gonna switch on the 2 swarms and last will be the giant.
Decisions you made, would you make them again?
The back and forth has got me so messed up. Don't ignore the signs. We've had enough of the whole damn thing that we got going. You hold the strings without me knowing. Why do I have to suffer through the thinking? Why do I have the feeling that we're sinking?
Number 3, Belluna. This is one of the easier bosses in this instance. Belluna himself doesn't really do anything. The biggest threats here are his spawns. At 75% he spawns 2 Cave Stallion. If you have more than 2 tanks in your group, like we had in this one, you can tank them apart from each other. If you just have 2 tanks as melees, the second tank can get the aggro of both of them. Important, try to focus the first one down before damaging the second one. After they lose some health, around 75%, they start nuking their AoE lightnings, hitting everything within 500 range. They can be stunned at 75% health to delay their nuking. Casters and healers should stay on range to avoid getting damage and rubbed.
You hold the strings without me knowing. Why do I have to suffer through the thinking? Why do I have the feeling that we're sinking? I need to find a way.
After killing those adds, turn fully back on the boss until you hit 40%. At 40% health, Belluna is spawning 2 Ice Stallion. The second tank is taunting both of them directly and is pulling them away from everyone else, kiting them through the room. Doing that, both Ice Stallions sometimes stop moving and casting one of their 3 spells. First, AoE Mess, second, AoE Snare, third, Ice Bomb. Those Ice Bombs hit really hard, and the second tank should try to avoid getting hit by those Ice Bombs by constantly keep kiting through the room. All DPS stay fully focused on Belluna to burn the last 40% down. As soon as Belluna dies, those 2 Ice Stallions despawn as well. The Trash Mob pack at number 4 are 2 spiders and 2 cave bears. Those cave bears deal moderate damage and their ability is a snare style on their target tank. Start the fight by focusing the 2 spiders down, followed by killing the 2 bears. Number 5 is the second and by far hardest boss in this instance, Theurg and his bigger brother Rosh. There are different tactics how you can do this boss, but I'm just explaining the one we used in this video. First of all, the two main tanks and a third character need the /taunt macros here. Theurg and Rosh both are tauntable via the /taunt emote. Rosh, the bigger brother, is spawning as soon as Theurg is getting on 98% health. This boss has essentially 4 things you have to care for. First, Theurg, the small one, has a 2100 ranged stackable debuff /DD and therefore is getting hauled at the complete south end of the room by 1 tank and 1 healer. Second, Rosh, the big one, therefore will always be hauled in the complete north of the room by the other 6 players of the group. Third, Rosh, the big one, will cast a gaze from time to time on a random player within 2500 range, dealing exactly 95% damage to everyone within 500 radius around the targeted player. The targeted player, even the tank, has to run away from the other players towards the east area. Split the casters on the northwest side of the room so they don't have to move and can continue casting. Fourth, since you cannot cure the stackable debuff /DD from Theurg, you have to do a tank/healer switch after some time passed. We decided to do a switch after every second gaze of Rosh. To do the tank/healer switch, the third character with the /taunt macro has to take the arco from Rosh, so the tank can freely move on the other side. As soon the tank taunted Theurg via the macro, the former tank and healer of Theurg can switch to the side towards Rosh. As soon Rosh died, you can start killing Theurg. The DDs always try to stand inside the range of the debuff /DD if a spread healer is inside. A shaman, friar or bard is bad to heal up the whole group.
I'm not gonna lie to you kids, it's a fucking jungle out there. Keep your head on tight, unknown brain and mind me, baby, let's do it. Y'all see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, you're too strong, wanna battle with the beast, bring a few on, the commander and the chief for my crew on, bullets rattling and whistle at your toque, never sleep, eyes open, hands clutching on my loop, this a war zone. This a war zone. Yo, this a motherfucking war zone. This a war zone. impact. Yeah, break it open, leaving nothing fucking intact. Hey yo, you been hacked. You're safe, hardened, but I found it, homie, been cracked. Hey yo, we been back. Your band stacking, see you flexing with the thin stack.
The trash pack on position 6 has the last new type of trash mob in it. 2 ice lizards and 2 swarms. One tank is grabbing both lizards, taunting them and moving in the complete edge of the room. The ice lizards have a target-based AoE, so everyone near the tank, around 500 units, will get the damage as well. Focus down the swarms first, since their spawning duplicates can get stressful if you wait too long. After the swarms are dead, you can fully switch on killing the lizards. Take care with melee DPS, save your slams until then to prevent big AoE damage on all melees. On position 7, the third boss is waiting for you, Helgardh. This boss has 3 abilities. First is a stacking heal debuff on the tank. Second, he will spawn ice demons on the furthest away target, so prepare one of your group to stay fully in the back, kiting those ads since they are not tauntable. I recommend this to be the second healer, shaman, bard or friar, since one spreading healer should be able to heal all incoming damage. Third, he will cast Culling after every third spawned ice demon. Except the first one, this one will come after the first ice demon. Culling is hitting everyone down to 4% HP. Also his spawned ice demons. No need for instant heals, the spreading healer has enough time to spread up the group. All ice demons will target Helgardh after culling and start moving towards him. Everyone reaching him will heal him by 15% health. Continue killing ice demons until Helgardh is dead. Since the tank is getting the stackable heal debuff, we decided to switch the tanks after every culling.
I've been keeping myself so busy, pushing out the misery, trying to find the peace in me. I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna find myself, but again, it's always a phase and I wanted to stay. No, you don't understand, I've been losing myself, I've been losing myself. I've been keeping myself so busy, pushing out the misery, trying to find the peace in me. I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna find myself, but again, it's always a phase and I wanted to stay. No, you don't understand, I've been losing myself, I've been losing myself.
So purely, I'm pushing myself to the edge.
letting go away. Been testing myself by the worst. I've been pushing my mind to the most. I've been loving the people.
Position 8 has 2 cave giants and 2 cave bears. Focus DPS the giants first, since their stun can trouble the tanks. After the giants are dead, switch on the bears.
I was ready to surrender my heart to you, only you. These lights all around me keep blinding my eyes from you and the truth. Don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me why. I know, no, you won't save my life, save my life. Baby, keep on your making the waves. You and I will never be saved, be saved. If the walls come down, will you pick me off the ground? If the walls come down, will you save me or burn me down?
Position 9 has 1 lizard, 1 spider and 2 cave bears. Every tank tanks 1 bear and the left tank takes the lizard as well. As before, he moves away from the group, so he is the only one getting damaged by the lizard AoE. First target is the spider, since her high damage is a high threat to the group. As soon the spider is down, switch full DPS on the lizard. Stun the lizard so less AoE damage is hitting your melees. Last but not least, clear the 2 bears.
Ready to surrender my heart to you, only you. These lights all around me keep blinding my eyes from you and the truth. Don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me why. I know, no, you won't save my life, save my life. Baby, keep on your making the waves. You and I will never be saved, be saved. If the walls come down, will you pick me off the ground? If the walls come
Number 10 is the next boss, Mahjong. Mahjong has 3 abilities. His first ability forces everyone to stack together. He's spawning spheres from time to time on a random player. These spheres are snare bombing until they vanish. His second and third ability goes hand in hand, since he is spawning purple and creaky block of ice. The purple one has low health and using an PBAoE, cast disease and AoE dot. The creaky one is using stun styles without immunity timer. As soon those adds spawn, focus the purple one first, then the creaky ones. Continue moving a big round in the room, clearing the spawning adds until Mahjong is dead.
I need to know if you'll give me a second chance. They don't come around often, but please, you know I can't stand it when you don't talk to me, when you don't talk to me.
Map position number 11 is one of the easiest, if not the easiest boss in the dungeon, Mother of Ice. Because of her abilities, the easiest way is just to stack with everyone on her, like the boss before. She just has 2 abilities. From time to time she is spawning 3 Sister of Ice. They con yellow and have rather low HP. Let the second tank slam all of them and DPS them down. They are using the same AoE as the lizards, so they can hurt a lot if not killed fast enough. Her second spell is an AoE near sight. Since all are staying close to her, there is no need to cure the near sight. Keep damaging her and her ads until she dies.
There's something inside, yeah, there's something inside that brings me back to you, yeah. No, I can't hide it, no, I can't hide it anymore. Something inside, something inside. There's something inside, yeah, there's something inside that brings me back to you, yeah. No, I can't hide it, no, I can't hide it anymore.
Position 12 is one of the hardest trash mob pulls. 2 lizards that are standing quite far from each other, 1 spider and 1 swarm. The first tank is taking both lizards, pulling them away from the group like before. The second tank is taking the swarm and the spider. Focus the spider first, then the swarm. After both are dead, focus DPS the lizards down.
Faded in this dark and smoky room, with your face reflecting bright green, brights and blues. You know I kinda want to disappear with you, but don't think that is what I would usually do. You know it's just like I felt the heat the moment he pressed his lips up against mine. Don't wanna fuck this whole thing up like I do every time. Fire is burning through this silence. I can't take it, can't control this flame we started. You know I'll fire in my heart, yeah.
Trash pack at position 13 are 2 lizards and 2 giants. Focus DPS the first lizard inside a stun. Tank 1 goes for the second lizard, pulling him a bit out of the group. Second tank is going for the 2 giants. After the 2 lizards are dead, you can go for the giants.
In the quiet, all my thoughts run free. So I drown them out at night with my TV. You know I got to try to ignore these thoughts that go back and forth inside my head. Should stop before I'm in too deep and I can't go back. Fire is burning
at position 14 is the second last boss, Srego. Srego is the second easiest boss after Mother of Ice. He just got 2 abilities. First, he is spawning undead cave Dragoran from time to time. They can't be killed, just tank them with your second tank. His second ability is an AoE disease. Since there's nothing you have to care about, just purely DPS the boss until he is dead.
Looks like we've come to the end of the road. There's no point in running away now. I'd rather sleep until the storm is gone. She'd rather be shooting at me now. I know it will end up in anger. I don't think we grew up, we just became older. She's aiming her words, ready to fire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire.
The trash pack on position 15 are just of one kind. 4 swarms. Focus DPS them one by one. Doing that, try to AoE CC, like root or mess, they are spawning yellow ads. The last but hardest trash pack is at position 16. 4 spiders. So a lot of damage. Every tank is tanking 2 spiders. Focus DPS them down while the healers have to heal a lot. The tanks should stay close to each other to make the crossguard count.
Nights just don't feel the same. Oh, back my life inside a car, hit the button, drive real far, put that record on me like. I'm dreaming of you, I dream of a new life. Fighting the dark till we see the sunlight. My love, it's you and I. Close, close, and could that this fight? So reach for the stars, 'cause we're aiming high.
The last boss, Ogoga, is finally reached at position 17. He just has one ability that is kinda easy if you did it multiple times, but can be hard for the first time. On every cackles, he is giving out a blue or green debuff to every group member. Every player gets his own color, so don't start screaming colors in voice comms, cause this color is just for you. Those with the same color has to stand close to each other and far away from the others to prevent getting damage. So you basically need two camps, a green and a blue camp. We decided to do the green camp at the bottom of the stairs and the blue camp at the top of the stairs. Helgardh has a huge hitbox, so you don't have to stand close to hit him. Everyone of the group should 100% focus on the colors. The boss himself doesn't really deal damage as long everyone is standing on the correct position. Helgardh cackles every 10 seconds. That means a potential color switch every 10 seconds. It can happen that you have the same color multiple times in a row. So something like 9 times green in a row is nothing special. Just don't fall asleep so you don't miss the change of a color. And this was my video guide for Halls of Helgardh. I hope I was understandable with my broken English and you learned one or two things about this new instance. I also hope that you were able to finish your first run and gonna continue them in the future. Heads up and good luck in Halls of Helgardh. Yours, Clary.